Hey Tractor Chasers, we are out in the field with Schreiber Brothers Harvesting, working with their 6 Oxbo Pea combines to bring in the 2025 pea harvest. Pea harvesting is some of the most intense harvesting that there is. This operation will run straight for 5 weeks, 24/7. In this video, we're going to see their 6 Oxbo Pea combines at work, their 2 double dump carts, and later in the video, we're going to get up in the cab to learn all about pea harvesting. But for right now, let's go watch this pea harvest crew in action. right, guys, I'm up in the cab with Arthur of the pea combine, and how's it going so far?
Oh, it's going good. These are yielding pretty good, about 2 ton an acre. So
Yeah.
just chugging right along.
What's like kind of a normal yield for peas?
Normal yield this year it's been a little bit lower, probably a little under 2 ton an acre. But usually we average 2 ton or slightly higher.
Yeah. And this is your guys' last day of harvest, so probably a good feeling.
Yeah, it's our last field, just a bit left.
How long does the pea harvest season last for?
Usually around like 5 to 6 weeks, starting like kind of mid to late June, and then usually we don't go past August 1st, which we're pushing right up to that today.
And what's the reason why it doesn't usually go into August?
We get a lot of the heat really gets to them. We'll start getting, like at this end of season, we'll get a lot of root rot and dry vines, and they don't run through the machine well, and they don't yield very well. So by that time they start burning up, so that's about when we stop.
Yeah. And so the neat thing to me with pea harvest is that you can run in all conditions, it seems like. And so does the rain slow you guys down, or you just kind of keep going no matter what? Or
yeah, the rain, like with the actual harvesting of the peas, doesn't slow us down at all. But what usually ends up happening is, like today, we get in a lot of mud, and then we're sliding around, and that slows us down a little bit.
Yeah. And I imagine the tracks probably help quite a bit, though, or?
Yes, the track machines do very, very well in the mud. We just have our one straight frame dump cart. That one likes to slide around quite a bit, and it's like this morning he was sliding down the hill over there, so we just had to stop him for a little bit.
So this field that we're on is we're here at a dairy farm, and so farms use peas as like a rotation in their crops then? And
yeah, peas puts a lot of nitrogen in the soil, so a lot of farmers love using it to use as a rotation crop. Usually they rotate out about an average 3 to 5 years before they'll plant peas in the same field again.
And so what does it take to operate the pea combine? Like, is there a lot to it? It seems like there'd be a lot to manage.
Well, there's a lot of sensors and a lot of moving parts, but overall driving the machine is not too hard. Just got the hydro stick right here to drive, and other than that, it's not too difficult. Just small adjustments here and there, but it's not too bad.
And I see you've got the cameras over there to kind of monitor some stuff too.
Yeah, we got a camera on the infeed, we have a backup camera, we have a camera on the side facing back, and we've got a hopper camera to see how full we are.
So what kind of things do you think, most people don't understand about pea harvest, or what kind of unique things?
I don't know if they notice how intense it can be. Like we could be harvesting a field in the morning, and it could be burnt up and no good by the afternoon. So it's very timely to get it harvested, so we don't lose anything. Yeah, because the peas are very sensitive to the heat.
And so, this morning, you guys had to move an hour and a half to this field. So how common is that you're moving, hours in between fields? And
we're moving hours, probably somewhat of an average of a move. I mean, there's some spots we're moving real close together, then we'll move out of the area, and there's even times where we're even moving maybe 6 hours for a move. If we're going from north south, or there's some big moves that we do throughout the season.
Yeah. So peas are like a real sensitive crop, and when they're ready to go, they're ready. And how is it, who is determining when they're ready and that sort of thing?
So we work for Farm Fresh First, and they kind of organize the fields. They organize them planting, so then they organize when we harvest them. So they have people sampling peas all over, and so we have tenderometer readings from all fields almost ready to harvest, and we go off of that, and they tell us which fields to then pick.
So what kind of conditions do they look for to know that the peas are ready to harvest?
So the tenderometer of the peas, like a really low tenderometer, you're going to have that more moisture. They're going to be grade A. They'd be very good tasting peas, but we won't get the yield off of them. But we're shooting for like 90 to 100 tenderometer. And sometimes we're picking them early, sometimes we're picking them a little late, but try to get them off when we can. So
Yeah. During the normal season, you guys are running 24/7 then with 2 different crews? And
yes, we're running 2 12-hour shifts. So I work the morning crew, so it's 1 a.m. to 1 p.m. we work. Then the other crew will come in and run 1 p.m. to 1 a.m. So the machines pretty much never stop.
Yeah, that's incredible. Yeah. And that's just because you have to be there when the peas are ready. And
yeah, we get people that complain that we're waking them up at 1 a.m. in the morning, but if we didn't pick them at 1 a.m. in the morning, then they could be spoiled by the end of the day. So, and we got other fields to pick, so lots of acres to cover.
Yeah. About how many acres a day can you guys get harvested with these?
With all like 7 to 8 combines running, we can easily do 200 acres in a 12-hour shift, run it all together with no moves.
Yeah.
That's a pretty average amount we can do.
Yeah. And so something that always fascinates me is you've got these peas on the vine here, but then by times they get in the hopper, they are just the peas as we see them, just the single little peas. So how does this machine get it all separated, from the vine all the way into just out of the pods?
So it starts with the reel with the picking fingers, which it's considered a pod stripper. So the tines mostly pull the pods off of the vine. It does bring vines into it. It goes into the drum, the drum spinning, goes into the beaters. And the beaters actually pop open. They use the pressure from the pea pod to open them, and then they fall out. They go through the screens and then through a lot of different cleaning processes, and then they eventually end up in the hopper.
And actually right there is the dump cart full of peas you can see what it looks like in the field, and then finished product in the hopper.
Yep.
And you guys have this awesome custom-made double dump cart. How does that work for you?
This tandem dump cart works incredibly. We just purchased 4 more combines with another double dump cart. We've seen kind of the positive and negatives of both. Overall, our tandem dump carts seem to work a bit better. We can turn in only 4 combine rows very easily. They're very maneuverable. If we need to, we can unhook a cart. If we need to, if we're in a lot of mud like this, if it was a little bit worse than this, we could totally unhook it and just run 1 cart. Where the other cart, like this morning, we actually had to park it for a little bit because it was so muddy, it was sliding around everywhere. So,
well, awesome. I appreciate you guys having us up in the cab here, and it's really neat to learn about pea harvest. And I think it's something that a lot of people don't get a chance to see.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting. Something very unique.
Yeah. And you only see it in the northern climates, right? Because they don't do well with the heat.
Yeah, so kind of like this distance away from the equator. Because if you actually go down south, like they do it in South America, about at this latitude, just south.
On the other side. So interesting.
They'll actually be harvesting like total opposite schedule of us.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's very interesting.
Do you guys ever think about starting a pea crew on the other side of the equator then?
No, not quite. It'd be maybe hard to manage.
Yeah. Once the field is harvested, they wash down all the equipment to make sure it doesn't spread any mud or other material to the road. Then they move in 2 separate groups to help minimize traffic disruptions. I hope you love being out in the field with Schreiber Brothers working on harvesting the 2025 pea crop. If you love seeing farm equipment in action, please take a minute to subscribe to the Tractor Chasers channel so you don't miss any videos. Thanks for watching.